Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Think about the people around you. Think about yourself. Do you have confidence in the things that you hope for? Do you have assurance? Meaning you have a guarantee that in the things that you don't see? Most people don't. Wow. What God has been teaching me this whole time, like, He's been growing my faith. There have been some, you call them unfair, but there's been some things that's been going on in my life that are just like, wow, like it don't make any sense. Why this even happened? And I didn't know how I was going to get out of the situation. I didn't know how I was going to improve the situation, but I chose to put my faith in the Lord, in the things unseen. It takes some courage. It takes some strength, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I did have faith, but it can be scary. It can be scary, man. So very scary. But these things are for a reason. Like, if I didn't go through this experience, it would have never been a testimony for me to tell people, like, okay, the things that you are seeing in the everyday world that you're relying on, they're going to eventually fail. Like, any and all things, they're going to eventually fail, because it's tangible. But faith in the spirit is eternal. People try so hard. They spend years trying different things, working, changing to these things, to adapt to these things, stressing themselves out to achieve these things. It'll never satisfy you. You will never gain true contentment through the temporary things, through the tangible things of this world. My past messages were always about flesh, but now I'm just talking on, or I'm highlighting the goodness of the Lord. Because when I didn't know how to fix something, or I just had no idea what was going to happen next, no idea what to do next, and I just put all my faith in the Lord. I gave it all to God. Like, to the point to where if I did feel myself becoming stressed or trying to become worrisome, I just started praising God, reading the Bible, reading scriptures that gave me assurance in the unseen. And He made a way every single time. Every single time. These things that are seen by the eyes, by all the senses, sight, touch, taste, hearing, by all the senses. I don't know if I'm missing one, but these things are temporary, man, and they're so distracting, bro, because they're not eternal. They're not divine feelings, bro. They are so distracting. The body is temporary in every sense of the matter. Like, muscles are temporary. They don't last forever. They can be maintained, but they don't last forever. And I'm just trying to talk to people. I'm trying to talk to their psychological thinking and let them know, like, you will never be fully content with these things. You may be getting them, you may be enjoying them, but it's always a need for it. It's always you'll never be content or just at ultimate peace, because it's a tie to something of the flesh, something of the temporary, something of the that's tangible, that'll eventually wither away. Everybody dies. Feelings don't last forever. Love love don't last forever. The only love that lasts forever is God's love. I don't know what it's gonna take for people to understand. And let me say this too. This isn't just me believing and having faith and saying I love God, and this isn't just that. Like, you have to do the work. The Bible says faith without work is dead. You have to do the work. And the work is being a better person, controlling your flesh, controlling your urges, controlling your desires, and not letting them overcome you. You won't be perfect in this. No man is perfect. The only man ever created that was perfect was Jesus. So you won't be perfect. But in you not being perfect, you have to try as hard as you possibly can. You try hard to get all the other stuff of the world. You may not get it. Some people do, some people don't. Some people stress themselves out trying to get it. But there's one thing for certain: when you try your hardest to be the best you possibly can, and to pursue the God seriously, there's always an upside. And the upside, like, there's no negatives to pursuing the Lord. There's negatives to pursuing life, to be, oh, this is what I want to do. There's negatives to all these things that you think you know what you want to do that's in the world, that you think you know this is right for you. There's negatives to it. You're just lying to yourself about it because you're caught up in the cycles of the flesh. But with the Lord, like, every last bit of fighting and resisting this world and the ways of the flesh and the temptation of the world, it's worth it. Every last bit of it. Like, it all has meaning and it makes sense. When I was trying to fight and trying to be like the world or trying to fit in or whatever, it never made sense. But pursuing God seriously and trying to do what's right, it never failed me. So much so to the point to where man, when you do build up that fight within you to resist these things and to stay away from them, when you finally tap into them again, to the ways of the flesh again, it is the most depleting feeling. It makes you lifeless. It robs you of your vigor, of your health. Because there was just such ultimate peace. Oh man, there's just such ultimate peace within God and the Lord, man. Way, like, this level of peace and understanding and wisdom and knowledge and mercy and love and joy and well-being, the knowledge of this like superiorly transcends these meaningless matters of the world, man. Like, can't you understand that? I'm just trying to get you to understand. And I could read off a whole bunch of different Bible scriptures, which I have been putting Bible scriptures, and I want to include Bible scriptures in my videos for sure. But I need to make this message easy for even a child to understand. Do you want an eternal feeling, or do you want a temporary feeling? Do you want a feeling that lasts forever, or do you want a feeling that only lasts a short amount of time? Sin feels good, but it's temporary. And you have to keep chasing it. It's a cycle. Pursuing God, living right, feels just as good when you start depriving the flesh. It feels better when you start depriving the flesh. And it's eternal the longer and the better you get at doing it. The weed, the alcohol, the coke, whatever drug of your choice, whatever feeling, insatiable feeling of your choice, it's just a temporary feeling. You know it, because you know why? You have to go back spending whatever time, whatever energy, whatever money to get this said feeling. Things that are seen in the seen realm, the tangible things. But the intangible feelings, the intangible peace, wisdom, joy, mercy, comfort that the Lord gives you is just, it is literally out of this world, out of this galaxy. Like, and we're humans, we're all going to fall short of the glory of the Lord in some way, form, or fashion. Some people don't deal with sin of the world like most people do. Some people deal with eating, you know. Everybody got their vices and things they're trying to control or manage or exercise responsibly, but they just can't for some reason, because this flesh this flesh is a blessing and a curse. Whatever I gotta do to connect deeper with the Lord, gain more clarity, more understanding, more divine clarity, to understand these feelings of the flesh and understand the influences of the world, I'm willing to do to help people of the world understand why all that you felt in the world that you think was such a great experience and a great feeling, none of it comes close to the Lord's embrace upon your life. None of it. And I was just like y'all. I'm not trying to be on my high horse or anything, but I'm just saying, I was out there doing what people were doing. Smoking, drinking, bar hopping, going club to club, chasing feelings through another person. Imagine another person being in control of your feelings. Imagine another human being being in control of your feel good. Imagine another person being in control of your feel good. That's how people live. That's how people, they chase orgasms through, dudes chase orgasms through a woman and be like, oh, she's so fine, I wanna have sex with her. Imagine somebody that don't even love you, don't even really care for you, truly. Imagine them being in control of the feel good emotion, the dopamine feeling that you experience on a day to day basis that keeps you from going nuts. Or imagine if it was something, weed, alcohol. Imagine one thing being in control of your dopamine to make you feel good on a day-to-day basis, to keep you from going crazy in this lunatic world. Imagine that. All these things cost something. All these things in the world cost something. Your time, your energy, your effort. They're like parasites. They're like leeches, sucking you of your energy. But this and the Lord, this is everlasting. This feeling is everlasting. We go through things for a reason, man. I made this video because I fell short of the glory of the Lord. And I was doing so good. And I fell short. I know I'm not perfect, but I've been trying my hardest to be the best I possibly can. And I fell short. We will all fall short. But in me falling short, I really learned. And I'll be better next time. Each time I'm going to be better and better. Because I really truly learned the effects of the flesh and indulging in sin. You have no energy to do anything. The flesh is contrary to the spirit. It keeps you from doing what you want to do. It keeps you from doing what you want to do. It keeps you from living the life you want to live. It keeps you from improving yourself. It keeps you from feeling ultimately contempt, filled with energy, filled with life energy. Every time you sin, you get weaker. You feel weaker. Especially for men. This is for guys and girls, but I really be talking to the men, yo. Like, every time you sin, every time you go out, put in money, give effort, chase to get that box, then you get the box, you're going to be weaker the next day, and you know it. Especially the ones who have built up strength, have a lot of energy built up, and you've been storing it, and you've been applying it in all the helpful areas. Sin's going to make you weaker. But studying His Word, pursuing God, will only make you stronger. I hope y'all can understand this. The seen things versus the unseen things. The temporary versus the eternal.